Hey, good morning everybody. It is 7:30 a.m. on Monday, October 12th, and we're going camping. It's gonna be a quick trip, but got the Ford Expedition all hooked up, and the A-frame, of course. It's gonna be really exciting to have this thing back on the road. The best thing yet is the Expedition barely squats. When you hitched up the Tacoma to the camper, you literally got almost 2 inches of squat, so the truck was really riding kind of like this. And thankfully with the Expedition, there's just very little squat. So I am very excited to see how this is going to travel today. I think it's going to be one of the more comfortable trips that I've done with the camper behind one of my vehicles. And the nice thing is Glenn, my good friend Glenn, one of my neighbors who lives down the road, he is coming with. He's itching for some camping, so he's gonna come with. So let's go pick him up, and maybe he'll even appear on camera for us. Hey, good morning everybody. It is Andrew Scully. As you've seen last night and today, I still have my camper. So I'm glad that made so many of you happy. I am also glad I still have it. If the day comes that I have to sell it, you know, I will always move on to something else, but at this point in the game, I now have a new tow vehicle and I can justify keeping the A-frame. So sorry if it's windy out here at all. It might affect the mic, but I'm not complaining because it is a beautiful fall day here in Iowa. We're specifically in Eldridge, Iowa at Scott County Park. This is the park that I grew up in. I'm from Davenport, Iowa, grew up in the area, even though I live in Wisconsin now. And I used to come here with my family and go hiking all the time with my dog. So every time we come back to town, I really enjoy coming to Scott County. It's a huge park. This time of the year, the leaves are just absolutely gorgeous, as you can see. And we have this entire campsite to ourselves. This is the Wilderness campsite. There are no electric hookups here. This is not a modern campsite. I was strategic and put us next to the outhouse right there for any business that needs to be done. But beyond that, as you can see, completely empty. And us. But yeah, this is one of the first times that I've been camping without electricity in a while. Just wanted to enjoy the perfect weather, because right now you really don't need to be plugged in. It got cold in the camper last night, but it was nothing that we couldn't just put on more blankets. I just slept with my hoodie up over my head, but we didn't have to turn on the furnace, we didn't have to turn on the heat pump, and it's just nice sleeping without the sound involved. Beyond that, I've posted a couple pictures already that I did get a new tow vehicle. Here is my new to me Ford Expedition XLT. This is a 2009. Yesterday's sudden project was realizing that this had a 4-pin connection on there originally, so I had to scramble, and in about an hour flat had to install the correct plug for my A-frame. Don't worry, there will be a you know, a more permanent solution than just having it zip tied on there. But I will get it mounted correctly, but it was an immediate solution that was needed. I posted how I'm using a GoPro, which is in my hand recording right now. This is a GoPro mount, so I just mount my GoPro in, point it directly down at the ball hitch, and then I can back up, and it's like having a backup camera without actually having to spend any money on one. And yeah, here's the new Expedition. It's just incredible that I was able to get a good tow vehicle without having to spend a lot of money, and it's got a V8 and just a very, very large frame. I hope the Tacoma will forgive me for saying this, but I always thought the Tacoma was a great tow vehicle and never did badly, but it wasn't like a true workhorse tow vehicle, whereas this, I don't think we actually lost any gas mileage towing the camper. Back home, I was averaging about 16.5 miles per gallon with this thing. You know, that's city and highway on average, and driving here, we were getting 16.1, whereas the Tacoma would have been revving in the high 5,000 RPMs on the hills. We probably would have gotten less than 12 miles per gallon the whole way, and it would have been a bouncy ride. This thing was comfortable, smooth, and hilariously, we just didn't even lose any gas mileage. And I think I never saw it go over 2,500 RPMs on a hill, which is just incredible considering that the Tacoma would hit like 5,000 plus RPMs going up hills. So anyway, but yeah, we chose the largest campsite here for the entire campground, so we have a lot of room here. Honestly, we could probably have a couple more campers, more tents, whatever we wanted. And when I say we, my good friend Glenn is here. He's my guest appearance today. He's my neighbor, wanted to come camping, and more the merrier. It's you know, I don't mind camping on my own, but it's more fun if you can bring friends with you. So, you know, here's the camper. I have not sold it yet. You know, I'm always open to the right offer, but maybe at this point in the game, it just makes sense to keep it since I have a tow vehicle again. Had to get a little creative with the leveling situation here because this whole campsite is on like a downward slope. So I had to get really creative, and I'm not entirely proud of how I have it set up because I didn't realize that I didn't have all my wooden blocks with me. I normally have like 30 2x4s with me, like cut up, where I can make just Jenga style piles wherever I need to for leveling. I got here and realized that when I switched vehicles, I never put all those 2x4s back into the camper. They were usually in my truck bed of the Tacoma. So, you know, I did a good job up here, but normally it would be a little bit more like a pyramid where I'd have, you know, it'd be like 3, 2, 1, and so we would have like a nice even pyramid setup. I'm not happy with that, the fact that the stabilizer is almost fully extended. And if anybody has any suggestions for how to keep the rust from developing on these, maybe I just need to sandblast them and paint them or something, but my stabilizers are getting pretty bad. But I know that's fully extended. Normally I would like to build a 2x4 tower right there and, you know, get that tower off the ground at least 10 inches and then have the stabilizer hit that. That's what I would be much happier with. And then I had to this is the first time I've actually used this accessory, so it's about time I got my money's worth out of it. This is like a balancer that you actually drive the vehicle wheel right, so that you put the trailer wheel right on top of, and then you turn that and it actually raises up this entire side. And that was needed on this trip to actually level the whole thing out. So it's you know, it was funny that I bought that accessory 3 years ago when I was just going crazy on Amazon buying every camping accessory imaginable. Turns out that today in 2020 I finally needed it. So other than that, it was a great night. We slept really comfortably. We're gonna pack up soon and head into town, mostly because we're just almost out of firewood. We've gone through like, gosh, maybe 10 bundles of wood since we've been here. But yeah, we're gonna get it all packed up. I'll probably do a time lapse of that. I did some drone stuff today, so once I get home, I'll edit it all, put it together, and hopefully have a good video for everybody. So happy camping in the fall of 2020. Bye. All right, well, just like that, we're all packed up. It's the best part about the A-frame. Just drop the roof. So on the way home, we were like, we could just drive up the highway because that's fast and that's easy and that's efficient. Or we can take the river route. What? River route. River route. Look at this. It's amazing. So we're in Princeton, Iowa. And this is our view. And yes, that's an awesome and massive barge passing by. And yes, I need to bring my boat here. Because look at this. This is great. The Princeton beach is over that way, which I've heard about, never been. Yeah. And this place is called Go Fishing. Actually, wait, Go Fish. This place is called Go Fish. So this place has an amazing view. I took lots of pictures, did lots of time lapses. Go Fish, Princeton, Iowa. Massive shout out for having an awesome establishment. You're probably not gonna be able to see the camper because the sun's blasting, but there she is. Getting ready to hit the road. This is just a quaint little river town. Look at these buildings. See? It's crazy to think that living here is like half the price of living where I live in Madison, Wisconsin. Like you could literally live on the river and have riverfront views, and it'd be at least 30% less than living where I live. But location, location. But we're ready to hit the road. We're full, some burgers, ready to rock and roll. Let's do it.